Okay.
It looks like the most glorious day outside. Is it gorgeous?
It's going to be great, I think. Did you have a chance to see the city at all?
Not this time, no.
No?
Not yet. We just flew in about midnight last night.
Okay.
And,
Just crashed into
straight to
bed.
bed and straight up again.
Okay.
Yes, Christian, ist okay?
Ist mit dem Logo ist gut, oder?
Ja.
Oder soll es noch aus dem... Nein, sie
Es für
dreht
die
sich nachher nach
Nördlichen-
hinten
für
her.
die Nördlichen ist es wirklich schön.
Let's go to Sarasota.
Das ist das closest. Yeah, the closest one is this
I
one.
just want to walk around the city. Doesn't it look like something?
Maybe
Really?
this.
I think they're working on that, but thank you for offering.
Oh, okay, so we have water here, sparkling water and orange juice. If you need somebody else...
Thanks very much. That's very nice. Thank you, Roland.
Christian, would you like to I think it's good, it's okay. If you want one,
There go my 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say. Well, it was nice to meet you. Have a good
Okay,
day.
bye-bye. See you next time.
Who do you work with here?
I'm freelancing, actually.
Oh, I see.
Yes, offering this to several
Whoever
TV stations.
cares.
Whoever says, well, yeah, might be interesting.
They might
Let's
not
take a look.
care, though, is the thing. You might
Oh,
have
no, no, no,
wasted
no.
your whole
Oh,
morning.
you're actually very famous around these parts.
Really?
Yes, because the Swiss always like to claim that you originally came from here. It's one of the questions.
Well,
I'm
in
going to
some
ask.
degree, that's true.
Are we rolling?
No, I'm just getting out.
Okay.
Ja, ich glaube, das ist nicht so wichtig.
Thank you. Thanks, Buckle. Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Good.
So I just fire away then? Okay, well, but since we're in Switzerland, we would love, of course, to hear about the bit of skiing you were doing in the film.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I don't usually get to ski because contractually the insurance people don't allow for it. So to get to go to Austria and spend all that time, it was just gorgeous. We actually landed in Zurich and drove to Lech from here. So I got to see my father's hometown, which was really nice.
Oh, you have been visiting relatives then?
No, there wasn't time for that last time. And this time I think they're kind of away, most of them. But sometime very soon.
So you kind of visited incognito?
I suppose so.
Dyed
this
your hair
time.
and all that?
Not for those reasons, but it does help actually.
But there is a whole bunch of Zellwegers in Au, I checked.
Yeah, it's true, and I think if not distantly related, yeah, related in some respect. That's not something that happens very often in Texas.
Well, the name is pronounced differently, of course. They call it Zellweger.
Yeah.
I always think the English...
I like it that way,
has-
actually.
Really?
Oh,
I
very
think
much so.
Zellweger is much nicer.
I don't know.
Nicer.
I kind of prefer it as it ought to be. Oh well, I guess it's my father's pronunciation, so.
Okay. And you also speak, do a bit of German speaking in the film. Did you pick it up
Badly.
at home?
Badly. No, my parents immigrated to the United States in the early 60s, and so they were doing their best to, to pick up the local language. So I think that we were all sort of learning English together. So.
Okay, so that was really in the script like that.
Yeah, it was sadly.
doing all
well,
the bad
some of
German-
it, yeah, some of it was, and we made up a little bit of it as we went along. So.
Okay, great. Well, Bridget is very self-analyzing in the book and in the film. For you, of course, being a public person, is that the right word, public person? Journalists do the analyzing for you. How's that for you? I mean, is that something... Do you feel that your image in public is close to your real self?
I don't know. It's every end of the spectrum. A friend once said, I don't believe the nicest things they say or the worst things that they say. I've been, the people in the media have been fairly generous with me, very kind over the years, and so I can't complain. But this is the most challenging part of my job. I'm a very private person, so it's very difficult for me to sit and share, you know. It's just parts of my personal life. It's difficult for me. You know, in my house, there was a lot of, I grew up and we had a lot of, I don't know, you just don't, I was taught not to trivialize things that matter to you. And I feel that, you know, throwing out my most, intimate experiences for the world to judge is truly trivializing them. So I try to keep the things that are important to me close to me, and so it's quite challenging, as you can understand.
Mm-hmm. Bridget is a professional journalist in the film. On a day like this, do you pick up certain things?
How do you mean?
Well, you're meeting a lot of journalists, and is there some stuff you're going to use in films, maybe?
Yeah, I had a little bit of experience
Mm-hmm.
with this arena before making the film. So yeah, definitely some of that played into, but you know, how we played the scenes. Absolutely.
Uh-huh. So you really, for other parts, really observing people, trying to pick up things?
Not intentionally. It happens subconsciously. I'm constantly, I think, absorbing things about other people's behavior. I can't help it. I'm a watcher.
Mm-hmm. There are 2 film homages, even before the title sequence in the film. Could you imagine that some years from now yourself, in the role of Bridget, might be a cultural icon that other filmmakers refer to?
I don't know. I wonder. Possibly. I suppose possibly, and I don't know if she's just a film icon, but, you know, as a character of fiction, I think that she's been very warmly embraced. I think a lot of people find it very easy to relate to this character, and she sort of has permeated the culture in some respect, so I don't see why not.
Mm-hmm. So 20 years from now, there might be some homage to Bridget Jones in other films.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't plan that ahead?
Yeah, I guess not.
Okay.
Last question for you.
Well, would you like to say something to your relatives in Switzerland? Maybe in German?
Oh, right. No, I read about that, actually. My German is actually not quite what they explain in the papers that it is, unfortunately. But no, I guess maybe I'll just save that for the phone call.
Okay. We're going to do a story about the hometown. Going to look up some people, asking a lot of questions. So if you just say hi to them.
Oh God, that sounds horrible to me. Actually, that you're gonna go and knock on my relatives' doors. I'm horrified, actually. No thanks. I'll just stay out of that one and let you do what you're gonna do.
Okay, good enough.